we're also on Hillary Clinton and this issue of only taxing the rich guys. Well, you know, Grover Norquist has sort of been crushing the numbers and concluded that Hillary Clinton is not just going after the rich guys. That pledge that she doesn't want to tax anyone making less than $250,000 a year, he says it doesn't add up. And furthermore, her statements already contradict that. Grover, explain what you mean.
Well, her husband made the same promise and broke it when he had a gas tax. Obama made the same...
We should back there because you're a genius. He talked about a middle-class tax cut, rescinded it, and then talked about keeping the middle class out of a potential hike, but with a gas tax, did rescind it. But go ahead.
Right. This is something that politicians say when they're running for office, but usually they wait until they're in office to change their mind. Obamacare had 7 taxes that directly hit middle-income Americans. Hillary, before she hits the election, has already said, I'm never going to tax anyone who makes less than $250,000. But when asked whether she would sign a bill to tax everyone who makes less than $118,000, everyone who makes less than $118,000 a year, Bernie Sanders' wage tax, she said she would sign that. So she's already made it clear she will tax middle-income people up to $118,000 a year, all the way down to zero. She endorsed a soda pop tax when asked about it in Pennsylvania. Said it was a great idea. You don't have to be rich to drink soda pop. She's had a 25% tax on guns she endorsed and has refused to walk it back when asked. Also something that you don't have to be rich to buy a gun. She just wants to use that to go after the Second Amendment.
All right, but let's explain here now that they will come back and after hearing you, Grover, say, well, we were talking specifically about federal income tax hikes and sticking to a pledge not to raise them for those making less than $250,000 a year. You're quite right with these other taxes that will easily hit that group and far below. But even that, does it allow for sustaining itself when even the likes of Bernie Sanders was saying, no, you have to go much lower than that to pay for, in his case, a lot more social spending?
Oh, absolutely. And she endorsed Bernie Sanders' tax on everyone who earns less than $118,000 a year, income taxes. Her promise goes beyond income taxes, but she's already, again, made it clear she'll break that. Her campaign manager endorsed a carbon tax, which is an energy tax on gasoline and everything else, and her party at the convention endorsed a carbon tax, and almost every single Democrat, there are a handful who didn't, all voted in the House in favor of a carbon tax. So her position on taxing lower and middle income people, her husband did it, Obama did it, and she's already told you she'll do it too.
And by the way, George Bush Sr. did it. George Bush Sr. did it as well. You know, no taxes. And we know what happened.
Well, and we asked him to go find a new line of work.
Indeed.
Quite correctly.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
No comment on my, I thought, impeccable George Bush Sr. impression, but that's okay, Grover. You're in full serious throttle now, and I can appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend.